pageant. What would you create as your own campaign, and why? Since it's water preservation and conservation, and since the previous batches before me did so well watching Project Noel, hearing about 20K OK, and I feel like, what do I have to do now? And water, since our country, islands, we're surrounded by water, and it's one of our biggest assets. I thought of a project. In the city, so far what I've been to, it's Pasig, and everybody's having a problem with making it beautiful again. And one of the biggest problems with that is a lot of the people who live near the coastline, more than the factories, are the ones who actually get to pollute the place. But you can't blame them for that. Poverty is a big problem. What we can do is, every Fridays or Saturdays, I had it planned out. Every Fridays or Saturdays, I was thinking it would be a great idea to have a feeding shelter for all the volunteers to clean up Pasig River. Everybody from around the area. That way we get to feed people. They'll remember that. They'll love you for that. At the same time, they feel responsible. It's their responsibility to not throw trash again. It's their responsibility to keep it clean because they're going to have to clean it up again. It's developing a sense of responsibility for me. I haven't think of a slogan for it, but maybe I will figure it out if I make it tonight. Thank you.
Compared to fossil fuels like oil and coal, nuclear power is one of the cleanest, most cost-efficient sources of energy. Do you think the Philippines should use nuclear power plants as an alternative source of energy? Why or why not?
Good evening to everyone. I think the Philippines should not use nuclear power as an alternative source of power because we can use hydroelectric, solar, and wind. And as we can see, the toxic waste that the Fukushima nuclear power plant has extracted goes back to the sea. And it's really not very embarrassing. Thank you very much.
If you were a superhero, what power would you choose to have, and how would you use it to save the Earth?
Definitely, I would be a superhero with the power to clean up the whole environment. My advocacy is the conservation and preservation of our environment, not only for ourselves, but of course for the future generations as well. And as a citizen, it is essential for us to realize how today's decision affect tomorrow's generation. Thank you very much.
Pageants usually choose their winners based on beauty of face, figure, and intelligence. My question is, if you could add another criterion to pick the winner, what would it be and why?
Of course, if I could add another criteria of having a healthy body, sound mind, and engaging personality, beautiful face, and beautiful body, I will add a good heart or a genuine heart to take care for the environment. Because Miss Philippines Earth is here to tell to all of us that we must take care of our environment, not only for ourselves, but for future generations.
Mother Earth is like our mother, so we celebrate her also today, Mother's Day. Do you think, Miss Cebu, that we human beings have been good children to Mother Earth or not? Why or why not?
Honestly, in my opinion, we haven't been good children. In fact, I believe that we are the #1 cause of her problems. We are the reason why we're having climate change. We are the reasons why we're having floods. But in return, if we can only help her and salvage her, she will help us back and take care of us too. Thank you.
Do you believe in same-sex marriage? Why or why not?
I think it really depends on the person if he or she believes in sex marriage. But as for me, if the person feels that he or she needs to be married to show his or her love, then I don't mind having sex marriage. If you feel that that is love, then so be it. Good night, everyone.
Thank you so much. If you had a chance to talk one-on-one with President-elect Duterte, what assistance would you ask from him on your climate change advocacy?
My climate change advocacy is banning genetically modified organisms and genetically engineered seeds because I believe in natural food in order to feed our mind, body, and soul. So if we really want to feed our minds and become more smarter, let's support banning GMO, President Duterte. At the same time, I would like to encourage him to put bike lanes here in Manila, and I would take him to Puerto Princesa and show him how clean our place
The
is.
government slogan is "Change is coming." What change do you want to see in terms of environmental policies in the country?
In terms of environmental policies, everyone experiencing climate change. The whole world experiencing climate change. And I'm just grateful that the Philippines has signed the Paris Treaty. What I want to see is to pass a carbon tax. In that way, we would invest in renewable energy to help our world to be a better place, a greener and habitable for the whole humanity. Thank you.
Of Boracay left our president with no choice but to close the island for 6 months for rehabilitation. What should be done to make sure that what happens to Boracay does not happen to our other tourist destinations?
I'm agree with the decision of President Duterte, and I think that Boracay is a drainage system because the juice of fish goes directly on the ocean. We have to control the capacity of hotel, and I think that we have also to
Which do you think is a better strategy to encourage more people to be environmentally conscious? Give incentives for good environmental practices or penalize bad eco habits, and why? I would choose the give incentive because as a productive country, we know that we have a lot of communities that truly needs help in terms of livelihood projects. And that's what I've been doing with ABS-CBN Foundation. And that's why I want to choose incentives because we have to teach them how to fish rather than just give them a fish for a day. Because if you teach them how to fish, then it would be there for a living and it would be there sustainably in them. Thank you.